This is 3 awesome audio setups for your video. Take 1. Welcome to this episode of TechNicki Speaking. As you can tell, this audio is okay, but this audio is even better. Now, did you know that most people would actually sit through horrible video than horrible audio? And in my past 10 years as an on-camera host, interviewer, and a one-woman band who has documented several documentaries and narratives, I just wanted to share with you some of my favorite affordable setups so you don't have to spend an arm and leg to get audio for your videos. I thought I'd share with you some of my tips and secrets. I always capture 2 sources of audio. Why? Well, number 1 reason being you always want to have a backup just in case you just spent this entire 30-minute interview with somebody and you got great footage, you love what they say, and then for some reason the file is corrupt and you have no way of redoing this interview. So definitely get a backup audio for your files and record with 2 sources of audio if you can at all times. Number 2, it's great to have for dynamic range. That being said, in post-production, you can play with 2 different audio sources, bump the audios, combine some of the audio, and make sure that it really gives you the sound that you really want. So option 1 is a Zoom H4n paired with an XLR cable, and also this handheld plug-in phantom-powered mic. This is my very first audio setup when I started out doing on-camera hosting and interviewing. You can see this in my footage and interview with Megan Lee, in addition to my event coverage premieres such as Linsanity.
I just realized that today your age is the age that I interviewed you 8 years ago.
Oh my gosh, I totally did not realize that.
I initially got it because there was 2 XLR inputs in addition to a 3.5 millimeter input for audio. And it has allowed me to not spend so much money on wireless transmitter systems that also take batteries and possibly could have radio interference. So I really wanted a wired XLR cable at that time. Now, the cons about utilizing this setup is that I am, relatively short. So having the camera at the same height was always an issue when I wanted to check on the audio. Even when I attached the shoe mount to the top of my camera so it would fit facing me, I'd have to always tippy-toe to see if it was recording and not recording at the same time. And then if I wanted to put it in my pocket, this thing is kind of bulky, it's kind of huge. But when I'm sitting down doing interviews, I usually just leave it on the couch, so it hasn't been that much of an issue, just that was kind of a big con for me. Option 2 is especially for those of you like me who are on-camera interviewers and need a handheld microphone experience. I'm talking the Tascam DR10X. This has been game-changing. It has replaced the bulkiness of the Zoom H4n by 4 times. In addition, it records audio straight to a micro SD card on this device, so you don't need anything extra. It runs 10 hours on 1 AAA battery, and the cool part, here we go, microphone with the XLR cable input, attaches straight to the Tascam DR10X and records all the audio straight to this device. You can see examples in my interview with Catherine Ho, and I also utilized this microphone when I did event coverage for AJ Raphael's Crazy Talented Asians.
We just really appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you, Dee.
And the number 1 kindest guy in the world, AJ
Yes.
Raphael, everyone.
We're just talking about kindness, to be kind, and we were just talking about you.
Well, came in at the right time.
So I highly recommend the Tascam DR10X for those of you who are wanting something especially for handheld microphone needs. This last audio setup option is probably my most favorite. Not only do I utilize it the most, it is so versatile. It is the Tascam DR10L, which is arguably the smallest lavalier microphone PCM recorder there is on the market. Just like the DR10X, all the functions are the same. It operates 10 hours on 1 AAA battery. There are functions like limiter, mic gain, in addition to dual recording, which allows you to record 2 separate tracks off 1 record button, which is super great in post. You can see which audio level you like better. I utilize this in every single thing that I do. I'm wearing the lavalier right now for all my TechNicki Speaking videos. I utilized it in my last undersub'd review, And when I'm interviewing other subjects, it's super awesome. It picks up audio really, really well. I was very impressed. I utilized this on a client in a loud cafe. The music was blaring, and I was super impressed that in post-production, I was able to get straight, beautiful audio, and I couldn't even tell that I was in a cafe.
Pole dancing is female empowerment masquerading as fitness. It's an amazing movement that forces women to face their bodies, overcome gravity, and completely changes the way that they operate in the world.
Well, those are my top 3 audio setups for video that I use at least. I hope that through this review and all the test footage I provided that you're able to discern what audio setup best suits your needs. I provided all the links to everything I mentioned in the description box below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I do release brand new videos every Thursday, and if you'd like to help support me in making more videos, please consider joining my Patreon as a patron. That was it for this episode of TechNicki Speaking. I'll see you in the next video. Bye! There are 5 gestures on the O spot. The first one is start and stop recording, which is basically an A-OK sign. So I'm gonna do this, and the O thought started recording. I didn't have to touch it at all.